What it do, everyone? This is Star Maru 718. This is going to be my thoughts review on One Piece chapter 1008. The Ashura Doji, the head of Atama, Mount Atama Bandits. Excuse me for that. The head of Mount Atama Bandits. Um, I have mixed feelings about this chapter. And I know, a lot of people is going to probably be hyped about this chapter because we get to see Kyle's hybrid form. I guess I would start with the things about the chapter I didn't like or I wasn't feeling too much. Um, the nine red scabbards, right? These guys really believing that this was Odin, and they pretty much fell for an easy trap and play, especially after little spoiler, but whatever. You guys should, if you're watching this, you should already read chapter 1008. They was there to witness Odin's death. His our legend. His legendary stance as a man, as a leader. So for them to easily fall for this, and just to see Rizzo and Asha Doji to have the common sense to be like, "There's no way in hell this is Odin," that pissed me off. Two, the whole thing with Kiku. I actually like Kiku a lot. I think Kiku's character, the personality, and how Oda did a character that's physically male but identifies as female. I thought that was pretty cool because he's thinking like outside the box type of thing. But to have Kiku turn around and say like, I couldn't kill him. I'm like, wait a minute. This is the final war. This is what you guys, literally been waiting 20 years for. Even though some people which prepare for in time 20 years, and you find out this guy betrayed your lord, betrayed you guys. You guys took damage, you guys got hurt. Odin lost his life because of this guy, and you couldn't kill him. Like even with Obito, even Kakashi was able to try to do a death blow on Obito. This guy just left Kanjuro just sitting there. And I'm just sitting back, kind of like, okay. And let me see. Another thing, I wasn't feeling Kaido's hybrid form. It's okay. It's not bad. I think it's just pretty much. It looks just like Kaido, just with scales and extra horns. And his legs is bent, so some having like the I almost said monk, not monk, but some having like the Genghis Khan type of like pants and everything. His legs just like a little bent. I was just kind of like it wasn't a bad chapter, but just like there's a few points here that kind of take away from it. What I did like, the action was pretty good. The action with Ultra Doji actually, going to Kinemon, punching Kinemon, like look, and he just off of I guess his gut instinct, him just slashing at the fake Odin and actually cutting the face and says, look, he's not bleeding. I thought that was pretty cool, showing like his resolve and everything that as which now makes sense that he should have been the leader in my opinion now, because Kinemon is like, okay, dude. What else I thought was good? Uh, and Conjuro, yo, another thing I thought was good. Conjuro having his drawing, having a bomb, was planning taking all the scabbards out, and then another good part, Ultra Doji, actually grabbing the drawing, jumping out the window to protect his friends. So like Ultra Doji to me is definitely MVP this chapter. Like that was just like, yo, like my man has common sense. He was able to save his comrades, and was able to like, what, forget about me. Lord Odin's goal, his dream. You have to accomplish this, and then also too Momonosuke. So that I liked a lot. Um, Dogstorm, pretty much taking on Jack, telling them like, what, I got this. And then Jack said, there's no moonlight in here, and then him returning back saying there's no poisonous gas. I like the line, and I like how he's willing to hold Jack up on his own, even though they both heavily damaged. But the problem that I have with this is, if Dogstorm is able to beat Jack, right, or at least hold Jack off for a good while, I have to call bullshit on it. And the reason why I have to call bullshit, because if you remember back on Zoe, in Inarashi, and Nekomamushi pretty much was fighting Jack for 5 days. 12 hours on each of them. Okay, it was switching up, right? If you're able to beat this guy, right, without Sulong form, and on a one-on-one fight, which means if you and Nekomamushi were to turn around and be like, you know what, even though we got our differences, this guy is trying to kill our citizens. You're the king of the night. I'm the king of the day. Let's fight this guy, protect our citizens, which means you guys could have been wiped out Jack, and half this BS wouldn't have happened. So I'm kind of sitting back like, I hope he's able to hold him off for a little bit, and somebody like Sanji come in, or maybe Yamato, like somebody comes in and save him. Because if he's able to like defeat this dude by himself, I gotta call bullshit on that. So I was kind of like, like yes and no with that. But like I said, the lines between the two I thought was pretty good. I thought it was like very story, very badass. I was just like, I like the line between the two characters, between Jack and Dogstorm. And I know I go back and forth between the Japanese name and the English name, but I don't know. I'm a fan of both because like Dogstorm still sounds badass, and then Inuyarashi sounds badass too. So that's why I'm going back and forth. Let me see what else. So after that, Orochi. Okay, Orochi's alive, which we all in the community knew. Pretty much, that was just easy. Right, so that's cool that this guy's still alive. A lot of people's theories and stuff, whatnot, came true. The part that I didn't like, he's in a castle, setting everything on fire, saying like the only way for you to escape is like in the sky. Dude, you've been working with Kaido for 20 years. You know as well as us, the readers, know this man can fly. And from what we saw of Orochi's transformation, he's just pretty much a snake. So I'm like, dude, you're not on a ground level. You're putting this castle on fire. How you planning on escaping? That's like another thing I was kind of like, man, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, but this is the direction that Oda want to go into. So I was like, all right. So then, another positive part of the chapter I like, them going back to the rooftop. You seen supernovas beat up, wear and tear, and like they actually talking out a plan, like, we gotta separate these two. These guys is like, it's too much to handle. So like, it's definitely nice to see that they're not pushing over the Yonkos. The part about that I don't like I said, Kyle's design. It was just like, man. Like, Oda, you gave us crazy character designs. You gave us very unique character designs. Me seeing Kyle like this, it was kind of like, and it's crazy because I've seen like so many different fan drawings that look just like this. Like, they literally look just like this. It was like, okay. The one thing I can say though, he's big as shit though. Because him and Big Mama, I remember when they was fighting before, they was like the same height. Big Mama's like half his size now. So it was like, this dude is big as shit. I think they said Big Mom was like maybe 28 feet tall. So now Kyle's like maybe 60 feet because he's like twice that size. So I was like, okay. We've seen Luffy. He's releasing air, so he's definitely out of Gear 4. I don't know. Like I said, like it wasn't a bad chapter. It was just a few points kind of was like, man. But maybe I'm being too critical. Maybe as a fan, I expect more and I want more from Oda. So maybe like my, that bar's a little too high. Maybe I should just be like, you know what, let me just go into it, just read it, and not really think about it. But this chapter, like I said, it's not a bad chapter. It had definitely had the potential to be a great chapter. But for me, in my opinion, I definitely give it like a 7.5, 8-ish out of 10. Wasn't bad, definitely a good read. Best part too about this chapter, no break next week, so that's always awesome. We have no break, but let's see what Oda does. Let's see if Oda is going to throw in like a little monkey wrench and stuff in his story, surprises and things like that. But you know what, I'm gonna let this go. So guys, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys thought about the review, what you thought about the chapter. You know what I always say, let's have a conversation. Star Maru 718. I'm out, y'all.